good. In a world of darkness and mind control, and a lot of shit to bitch about, something made me happy. She begged for it, and I gave it to her right there in front of everybody. It was amazing. We made an OnlyFans. Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You know what I mean? You hear? Do you know what planet you're on? I know what planet I'm on. But do you know what planet you're on? And do you know who you're working for? Oh, she's back. Oh, you're on both channels. Shit. I can manifest several females through prayer to God alone in 24 hours. Hello, 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 after a week of silence. So what happens with the flip of a switch cosmically? And then that female comes over, she's asking for information. And that's all I've tried to do is help these people. All right, less talking. So there'll be a guided meditation in the future with structure. Right now, I'm just doing this shit with crystals all over the place. So are you affected by my crystals? When I'm breathing, I think I'm one of those devices in a nightclub. I really need to redo the nightclub scene. So I was told to maintain a gratitude journal. So the music's loud on my end, but it's probably minimal on your end, so it's tolerable. To me, it's really bumpy. So I'm really overtaken by the energy of the music coming at me. And it's Persian trance. So while I'm not Persian per se, my DNA does vibe to it, what I do have going on. I like Indian music, Middle Eastern music. I listen to a lot of Latino music automatically. And I'm steering away from just a lot of the hip hop, the super sexualized music. And I just want to just say thank you, God, for answering my prayers and showing me that not all women are evil. And I'm not to go on that path. But I'm not to be so nice and lustful to every single pretty person that walks around. Okay? And then I want to be a mentor to women and not be in any type of victim consciousness. And a lot of it has to do with clean up karma. Why do we want to help strangers? Why do we want to help if we've been hurt by the opposite gender? Why would we want to help them? Because what the devil wants us to do is to hurt the opposite gender. That's all I see. And that's what that woman understood. The young lady coming of age. And then, I asked myself, no, I should not see any racial group as more.
And I approve this message.
First, the extremists say they make abortion.
Okay, we'll go back to more music. But it's like this is the season of mind control, just constantly. So I want to be grateful for, okay, we can continue with the music on this side of the screen. What I have going on right now is there's roofing going on right around me. All right, so I shouldn't be too loud. Ooh. But yes, there are many Hispanics right now doing roofing right outside. So living in different places in America has shown me how during different times and different eras, there are periods in which people are more receptive to truth than others. And I've narrowed it down to periods right now when there's a number of celestial energies coming together as one. I'm distracted right now from the sound of banging. And so what I really wanted to do is get some deep energy going on, powerful energy without screaming, and to output it so it affects my reality around me. So what I feel I need to do is go back to bumping the music. So I want to just start doing more affirmations. And what I'm going to be doing later on, it's taking me some time. Here we go. NOR. Gobi Desert Collective. This one right here. This is it. NOOR by Gobi. So basically, I want to create like a spiritual international music playlist. And again, I think that I want to herald forth more of an overlay between brown people. This isn't to exclude white people or black people, but I think that there's a deeper Latino, Middle Eastern connection. If we get beyond race, there's skin tone, and there's a similar oppression happening, and that's going to be happening. And I can go to the Mexican market and get three of these for $5 and a lot better meat. And I see for the first time in my life here locally, Muslim women with hijabs right alongside Latino women with no other groups in that. And it's a sign. It's a sign of more than maybe some mad scientist mastermind going, I will sell food to both of them. And I'm thinking, okay, now we're intermingling. And then I'm living with someone Latina, and I have this ancestry, and I interviewed Hector Combo on this channel, and he's Hispanic. And then my first friends in high school were Hispanic. There's a deeper connection we have, but yet the woke movement isn't trying to connect us, nor the presidents. What they've actually done is they set the different groups against each other. And I go on and on. And so it's not a matter of fighting white people, fighting black people, but understanding with demographic data that there's a manipulation going on and we're not being treated as equals. That's what I'm saying. And so desperate times come for desperate measures. And I was called in, if you will, like Superman, into a community, into a woman's world in which she was abused by Latinos. And she turned to the only person that she could trust, that she had watched for years. And that's it. The rest is history. And the advice was, don't get involved here. These people are fucked up. And I fought it every inch of the way. And arguing, I must come back to the internet. She didn't want me coming back to this. She saved me from a bad situation and showed me that sometimes the love will come more from a Latina than my own race and people. And that's what happened. And now I'm on this mission to expose this coming war on Latinas. In Espanol, what am I talking about? I'm talking about these things that are being allowed to happen with unchecked immigration and bad people allowed to come into America and other shit is going to hurt innocent, law-abiding. So, I have seen the nature of my people in Portland, Oregon, and their lack of gratitude. I've seen that place in Portland, Oregon has hurt me. I've seen that those people in Portland, Oregon are twisted. They're psychologically damaged from the air that they breathe. I noticed the like went away, but perhaps it's AI and it'll come back. We really don't need Portlanders here anymore. Portlanders have failed the test. Oregonians have failed the test. Okay. They are not to have their ass kicked. They are to move on with their lives and not waste my time. Okay. They don't give back. They stay in this dark little world of judging people that are poor in other states. And Oregonians, they're very racist. You need to know this about Oregonians. They love to look down on the Texans, the Californians. They think their shit doesn't stink. They think they're micro gods and goddesses. I swear there was a light there that went away. See, these Oregonians, they will fuck with your mind. They will twist it. They literally get pleasure from throwing you out in the street and worshiping Satanists. You see, Portland made me what I am, a warrior against the oppressor. I've seen how they treated Latinos in Portland, Oregon. That poor girl prostituting herself, right? Who I actually bumped elbows with when I was 20. A man without a girlfriend in a horrible city that makes good little girls prostitutes. What the fuck? I'm a person that escaped hell and lived to tell the tale. And this world will one day know my story in 100 years. While the people alive today think I'm shit, the people alive tomorrow will look at the people alive today and realize they were shit because they didn't pay attention to the word I said. And so much of what I said came true. The Chinese are coming. And all those warnings I gave to you about the 2020s, they're coming now with North Korean troops in Ukraine. Are you shitting your pants yet? If not, why not? 3,000 troops in Ukraine? They're preparing for World War III. And then we have like China, literally stalking Taiwan. But Portlanders into the New Age movement, the law of attraction, and fake white psychics that can't predict shit but their next moon cycle would say shit to me like, maybe you want China to invade. Or one woman said in the bar, we don't need your protection. We need protection from you. Wow. And so what you have here are damaged people. And why are they damaged? Because when they sinned against God in their previous life or in the spirit world, they were given an inferior brain and consciousness and were not given a good mom and dad to properly warn them. Right now, okay, and so a lot of people are caught basically holding the bag and not really aware of what planet they are. So you could say that by being born in this world and not being properly warned by your parents, that you're somewhat cursed, but it doesn't mean that there's no hope for you. Was I cursed? Was I my whole life suspicious that I was cursed? And have I been constantly suspicious of both my parents working directly for Satan while not admitting it, while pretending to be New Agers and pretending to be Muslims? Yes, I'm now aware that they're agents of the Matrix. Because everything they ever did in my life was to break down my confidence and to get me to identify with being a small man. Now, right now, I'm noticing the matrix glitching between 2 likes and 1 like, so I'm just going to block it. And then we have 4 viewers and 1 viewer, so I'm just going to block it. And just understand that these glitches can easily manifest one day in terms of your bank account, in terms of you thinking you're dealing with a real human being and you're dealing with artificial intelligence. And that's the reality that many people are in, marrying robots. The video game world, in my opinion, for some, is going to be a world into assassinating people using video games that are actually animating real-life Matrix characters that are actually weapons of war. The video game genre is a gateway. It may be helpful to some people with certain conditions. For some people. Is that what I think video games are for the majority? Absolutely not. And so I want to be grateful So again, recounting today, just now, I came from coffee. A young female hears what I'm saying and comes over and asks for my channel. And I'm professional, not, hey, baby, not even thinking about sex, but thinking, how can I help her And then I just put out the buzzwords. Self-defense, you and your boyfriend. I already had it pre-planned in my head. They'll tell a woman, you and your boyfriend. Me, martial arts, that part. Yeah? Like, this is not me trying to screw you, lady. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. And I know these people aren't trying to help because I've been here for a number of years. And it's not me picking on these people. It's not me picking on Pagosa Springs. It's not me picking on Costilla. If anything, salt to the earth Latinos were nice to me in Costilla County. I was the one who made a mistake for defending like white people who I didn't even know weren't racist before I helped them. They didn't like, so I'm saying to my Hispanic friend here is listening from Colorado. She's listening in Colorado. Some woman in Colorado is listening. They didn't know about me, thought I was a typical angry white man trying to colonize and didn't know my history. And I've been trying to gain the respect of Colorado Hispanics for a long ass time because I see how they live harsher lives up there compared to here, where they're the majority. And they don't know what it's like to be a lone Hispanic, to be treated like crap in a kitchen. You know, not everybody that is illegal deserves to be illegal. Not that I'm an expert on it. And you know what? I don't ever want to sound like Donald Trump, but maybe some Americans should be considered illegal. The fact of the matter is we have a lot of anti-American people that are here in our country. They're anti-white, super white themselves, and super anti-white man, anti-white woman while they're white. Keep that in mind. So we have Robin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 different females in the last 24 hours with hearts. 1, 2, the woman, the teen who works at a place heard me, and I just said, I'll be back there. Then there were the females. So if we count the people that I don't want to talk to the females at the coffee shop, but I was making peace with them and said, you know, that guy that I called a stalker, who's their friend, I'm sorry, I was rude and paranoid that day. I mean no harm. And said that so they can tell him I'm not trying to be confrontational. So I am now really believing that this mini moon cycle is this for another month is the strongest period in time. If it will continue, I don't know, to reach certain women and certain men. Men with their heart open. Men that previously were not nice to me. Pause. I'm grateful that certain men that were harming me stopped doing that, so that I can believe, at least for a second, that racists can, or which I perceived, people that were going down the NAZI route don't appear to be going down the NAZI route now. You know what I mean? I need to see that so that I can believe that people can heal. And then the women cheered me on briefly at Starbucks when I went in and ranted for 4 minutes, and they all said goodbye to me. And then I went back to one woman I was rude at one day, and I said, I'm sorry for being rude. It was just a moment where she looked down when I walked in, like, oh my God, it's him. It's that guy again. Look down, he's crazy. And then I'm like, screw you. You know what? You people are all about money. Here, you want money? Here. And I just threw 75 cents in their change jar and stormed off like had a tissy fit. Like I literally am like Mr. Emotional Man around town. Like but I feel like it needs to be done to shake people awake, like that character from Network. And it's time to play that clip now. Mad as hell. Because many women are mad as hell, and we need to get. Listen, when we don't use that we are true, people can take shit out on their partners, their roommates, their employers, their employees. And so it's not a matter of getting mad and getting dangerous. We want to get mad and fired up and create that fuel source, then start doing something and be off grid or try to go down to city council. And so we're muting that. There's a lot of synchronicity going on with license plates, and I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on angel numbers and 144.
Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. Dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild.
I hear this clip a lot in my head. This is me speaking. I'm channeling him. Like this is literally my script now, starting over. This is crazy. This is 1976. Listen to this.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared
Going
of
on
losing their job.
OnlyFans, wearing booty shorts.
The dollar buys a nickel's worth.
Flash
Banks
mobs,
are going bust.
cell
Shopkeepers
phone
keep
mind
a
control.
gun under the counter. Punks
Man
are
and
running
women
wild
are
in the
getting
street,
along.
and there's nobody anywhere who seems
People
to know
getting
what to
beat
do,
up in
and
the
there's no
street.
end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go
You've
out
got to
live?
get mad. You've got to say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
True. Because if you're just a protester screaming in the streets, you're a tool. And that's unfortunately what they've done now, haven't they? Go out and protest and lose your shit. And at one point, protesting was like a thing it really was a spiritual thing back in the day in Portland to protest. I was grateful to have Emily in my life helping me at that time. So grateful. And then so hurt when times changed. The anti-war movement was no longer popular. The predictive programming went away. It was no longer hip, slick, and cool to be against wars. And so the anti-war movement fizzled away. Obama came on the scene. I'm not trying to offend Obama fans that are here, but I don't know how many. I don't think it's a big deal. The main thing is it's political season. And we're going to be at the second. You know, it feels very similar to 2016 and then different. It's not as intense. So I want to recenter. So I have the attention of a number of females after a period in which God has put me on a spell. Dry spell, so to speak, and it was just men. And then with a flip of a switch, a few men that were listening, we had some exchanges over emails, me and a variety of men, just so you know, over the course of the last couple of months. And subject, I don't even know what to letter the guy. Subject M, he's out of my life. Subject whatever, he went from being a villain to a nice person. Yeah, and so I'm not sure how many females are thinking positive thoughts about me that are silently in the audience, because there's ones that will speak up and there's ones that are going to stay behind the scenes that aren't going to like, that may not be subscribers. And the basic point is the more positive energy we have going on telepathically, the more together I'm going to be. And if I start being more relationship like the fact of the matter is, I have to respect people for their fears of having anything to do with helping me. Okay, we live in a cruel world, basically. And we live in a world where there's thousands of years of social conditioning, and you know it, of persecution from the church and the state towards what? The truther. And that's a fact check. I live a certain way because I have that truther frequency. And then people are like, bro, you need to chill out with that megaphoning around town. I didn't say you can do that. I didn't see him come here and do that. And so we struggle over these things, you know, and I want to wish the best. And I want Christ to come in and help us. But I'm telling you, I think, steadily influencing this community. There were thuggish people parking around in 2020. I heard gunshots down the street. And I was just noting these things and I was scared. And then when I got off the meds, there was a guy who followed me. And then it was like, once I got more off the meds, his energy was blown away. Then another house that he came from was blown away, but the people were blown away. Then another blown away, and then other things start changing, being aware of crime rates going down for now, and then wanting to believe, like, you know, the Sufi mentor that I mention once in a while, that human beings can be protectors non-physically, spiritual protectors over regions and people. And then that's the thing. We need to be willing to create ley lines, if you will. There's a real science behind ley lines, as Dion Fortune puts it. So here we go. This has the destiny of being translated into Espanol. And we have one person here with a possible interest in it, but she may not have heard about Dion Fortune and just randomly came to me. And I'm saying, this is the first time I think I'm mentioning this. I had the idea when I heard of the goddess of death influencing possessed cartel people for people to think about countering the black magic of that. I don't know about Day of the Dead. That's a big thing here. I need to be more educated into the spirituality and any type of solar flare connection or sun connection with Hispanic people to bring them back to those roots. And then the only thing I can really say is perhaps the Western world has demonized it as sacrifice, evil, and the opposite of Christianity. And according to this book, Jesus Christ, Son of God, that there is a Jesus-Son connection. I might be going a bit fast. Me going at the rate that I speak is not going to be understood by a lot of Hispanics that are bilingual. And then some haven't been in, it's nothing to do with racism, have not been educated by people with my type of energy. So it just comes across as alien to a lot of them. And then some people might think that I'm witchy, right? And then a lot of people, unfortunately, in this culture, they have a bias towards spiritual psychic men. While they themselves may have psychic phenomena, have interest in those things, it really is hard for a lot of people to see me as someone with the ability to be a teacher. They really even just have an ability to only see me a certain way. And that's a problem for my growth. I don't really have people right now helping me grow my channel and helping me behind the scenes in which my soul requires and demands, basically. And I'm worthy of it. So I really want to attract people to me that are willing to help me help women. So I'm not doing this alone. And we really need to be growing in the next 6 months to a year. I have book plans. I have documentary plans. And that has to do with, I should stop by the time we get to 38 minutes. Okay. And we're basically with 3 viewers and 3 likes. And again, the symbolism of 333. So one of the things that you may have heard me say in the recent podcast is that I see a lot of license plates on one end leading towards the 666 and other license plates leading towards the 3s, 6s, and 9s, the 1111s, the 144s, things of that nature. And I'm noticing a pattern. And like I'm thinking about 144 and I'm seeing 144. And then I'm writing 144 on my car, and then a car drives by with 144 on the license plate. And then paying attention to the signs, what's on people's shirt, and then literally instantly coming across, like I said, black people at times that I know are spiritual, and white people also. But unfortunately, the people that I've been attracted to and have been trying to reach locally, there's been a big no. And what I need to do is be very grateful to people like yourself, Maria, Robin, 1, 2, Danny, maybe female too. Is Danny female too? You can throw a heart now if you are. And if that's the case, that is obviously a sign from God, that there's some female energy coming in and then that's a sign that you're not all evil. And we're going to end at that note. I'm not going to go down that route. What we are, and there are people that are suffering, yourself included, because you probably haven't met a decent person, guy, or very few. And so we're like in a matrix, yourself included, where the archons have separated us. And sometimes we should have been in the same school, in the same generation, but we were set aside by thousands of miles. And we're not necessarily meant to meet. That's not the solution. That won't fix things. Okay, we're somehow similar in consciousness, separated by thousands of miles in language and race in some cases. In this global mind control paradigm of you're this, you're that. And so I can't tell you exactly what to do, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And that's just a truth. And not get too personal with the people that I'm talking with online, and not get too personal with the people I'm talking to at the actual store. My car's been stolen, folks. My car's been stolen. Angelus, you need to go outside. My keys are right here. Outside. I parked outside. I parked outside behind your house. Okay, we're live. We're live. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. So yes, it is. Yeah, so I'm here. Everything's fine. We're just going to go to some music. All right. So we're going to elevate. But, I am right about a lot of things. Not everybody believes me, but I really am right. I have to prove it. You know what I mean? And I'm right about China, and I'm right about archons, and I'm right. I'm right about way more than I get credit. That's all I have to say. That I am really right. I think it's time to go get some coffee. I'll be back from Starbucks.
Lose you, and I don't know what I'm going to. Silk suit, like that. I don't need a reason why. I'm ready to again. I'm every girl crazy about it, shine as me.
Weaponized crystals. Does this actually do anything?
Every girl crazy about a shot, yes, man.
will say is this. I will buy the club to prevent auto theft. I will buy the club. I will conform. Look at the time code, 413. That's pretty close to 414.
Top coat, top hat. I don't worry, 'cause my wallet's fat. Black shades, white glove, looking sharp, looking for love. They come running to the back of the cab. 'Cause every girl crazy about a shot.